JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. CSR said he always likes the videos on the drive-in. I haven't done one of those in a while. So I've got the phone here. I'll be paying attention to the road. No worries there. Business owners, what are you doing this for? To make money. I bet when you first started your business, you had the napkin out or the Excel spreadsheet, and you were determining what you needed to net, therefore how much did you need to gross, and you said, boom, I'm going to jump off the cliff, and now I'm going to start a business because I can do that, and I can make that net. When's the last time that you did that? Most business owners, they're going into the office or heading into taking care of all the things that they have to take care of as a business owner, but you lose sight of easily, what am I doing this for financially? Meaning, what is it that I need to net? Many business owners start focusing in on the gross, and then they focus secondly into, well, how can I cut costs to then net, and they don't even really know what they're trying to net. Go back to what you did in the beginning. If you didn't do that, then do this. What is it that you need to make? We could all say $1 million. So realistically, what is it that you need to make after taxes for you to live on? And I'm not talking about beans, and I'm not talking about avoiding toys. What is it that you want to make out of your business? As in, so you can have whatever it is that you want to have and support your family any way that you want to. Some want to support them with lavish. Some want to support them with whatever. Point is, as a business owner, pause, figure out what you're doing this for, as in, well, what is it that you need to net? And then put together your sales, your gross sales goals in a manner to net that. Now, most business owner goes, well, wait a second, my number's more. I just want to net more. And so then they focus in on the gross, and then they focus in on, well, how do I reduce costs to net what? Oh, more. Well, that just, first of all, gets most small businesses in trouble because they then just do what? They keep focusing in on the gross because they want more. They want more. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, because guess who wants more? Me. But what I'm doing is I'm always looking at the net. What is this that I want to do? What am I going to net out of it? Does that net then replace something that's not as profitable? See, it's not just about getting more. It's about netting more, and then netting more to the extent of what you want to net. I'll tell you this right now. I have a number of people that call my office, and they're wanting to either consult with me or hire me. And we've had a number of them tell my front people, well, why is he turning away business? He could be making money. Well, first of all, there's only so much time in the day. But secondly, I'm making what it is that I want to make, and then some. I'm able to make what I need to make. I don't need to just bring on more because someone's wanting to hand me more. And you can say, well, that's dumb. Well, if you knew what I was making, you'd probably go, well, that's kind of smart, because I now have time to always go to a baseball game, always be there for my family the way that I want to be there. I can provide what it is that I need to provide. And at some point, we then start getting confused that more is always then better. Well, at some point, when does the more become enough? And I'm not trying to get philosophical with you and try and tell you that you shouldn't be materialistic. Be materialistic. You want a Jaguar, you want a Porsche, you want 4 Rolexes, then do it. But then know, okay, well, I'm doing that. I'm making enough. So how do you do that? You focus in on the net. What are you netting for yourself? And the biggest thing I want you to make sure you're paying attention to in your business and what it's paying for is, what's the business paying for that is really, truly just an expense that benefits you? And there's nothing wrong with that. Many small businesses, they have the business paying for a vehicle or a cell phone or health insurance or life insurance, etc. So when you're looking at the net income of your business, be sure you're looking at the net income of your business before the expenses that it pays for you. Now, we can get silly and go, well, but my business needs to pay for a car. Well, my business needs to pay for. Yeah, I'm not saying that it shouldn't. What I'm saying is focus in on the net before it is benefiting you. whether it's the health insurance or the car, because all of that is in essence discretionary, just the same as your compensation to yourself. You could compensate yourself $6,000 or $60,000 or $600,000. It's discretionary. It's silly to start arguing with yourself, well, I need the business to pay for this. This isn't what this is about. What this is about is if your business is paying for things for you, okay, then make sure you're just taking into account. Pat yourself on the back. Boom. Awesome. Big time. Phenomenal. Love it. Your business is making enough money to benefit you in a way that benefits you. So what you're trying to do is just get realistic with yourself. And if you're like, listen, I want to make $500,000. Well, then when you're making $500,000, are you good? Right? Are you then able to make that $500,000 smarter? See what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going with this? Many just keep going, well, I want to make $500,000, and they make the $500,000. It's like, oh, well, I just want to do more of that. Well, how can you do it smarter in the sense of still netting the $500,000 or the $50,000 or whatever it is that you're trying to net? How can you do that smarter, as in potentially less time or less money out of pocket? There's a million ways you can approach it, but many small business owners, I'm just repeating myself at this point, get caught up in, well, I just need to gross more. Why? Well, then I can net more. They don't remember to think about, well, what number is that though? Because if you as a business owner were taking a job somewhere, you wouldn't walk in and say, well, listen, I just want more. I just want the maximum I can be paid. I don't know what that is, but I just want the most that I can be paid. So at the end of the day, I'm going to take this job as long as I can make max. I want to make the most. And the employer would be like, okay, well, can you just give me an idea of what that number is? Well, I need to at least make, 48,000, but I need to make as most as possible. So I want a job where you're going to allow me to make the most possible. Do you see where I'm going? That's kind of silly. You really couldn't find a job like that. There would have to be some formula for you to know if you'd be able to make max or unlimited dollars. So even if you're in the standpoint of where you're getting commissions, and so you could make enough commissions to make an unlimited amount of money, but what's the formula to determine what your commissions are, right? You'd have to know that, and then you'd have to go, well, how much time and effort is that going to take? So do that in the same way with your business. Why do you have a business? It's for flexibility. You don't want someone telling you what to do. Guess what? If you just want more and you want more gross, guess who starts telling you what to do? Your customer, your employees, meaning your business starts telling you what to do and when you have to do it. It ruins your weekends or your evenings, or it invades your mind when you should be spending time with your family or watching the game or whatever it is. And why? Because we become in the pursuit of more. I've been in that. I've been doing this now 28 years. I've had my own practice for 24. So I know a thing or two, and also working with other businesses. And only to say, I'm not perfect with that. I want to make more. I want to do more. Now, part of that is my kids have gotten older, so I have more time. So it's like, well, what do I want to free up time to do? Or if I can do this now with my credentials and with my profession, whatever it is, well, do I go ahead and do that? And then does it allow me to free up other time? So I will tell you this, with some of the seminars that I'm now able to do and the anticipation of continuing professional education, once I know that I have securely put something in play for another stream of revenue, guess what I typically do? And I've done it my entire career, and guess what I'm getting ready to do in June? I'm going to let go of some clients. I'm going to send them to a great friend of mine who's a CPA that had to do a little bit of a minor start over. And with that being said, I'm going to free up a lot of time. And guess what? You ready for this? I'm going to free up some time, and you're going to gasp if you're a business owner, but then you really don't get this because you're just in the pursuit of more and you don't want anybody to tell you different. So typically, if that's your mindset, you haven't made it to here. But that group of clients, I think it's about 50 tax returns. It's about 10,000 in revenue. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going to get rid of $10,000 in revenue? Well, guess what? It's gross. Now, the cost related to that, if I just look at labor, probably nets me somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000. Oh my gosh, you're going to get rid of $8,000 of revenue? I can't believe you're doing that. Well, just to be honest with you, and I'm going to be conservative, I'm replacing, that revenue, as in the time, with something that's going to take me way less time, and it's going to replace that revenue at least 5 to 6 fold. So if I've come in with another stream of revenue, then I'm going to make another 50 or 60,000. Then why do I want to hold on to another net $8,000? Why? If I'm just in the pursuit of more, I couldn't tell you why, other than, well, I want more. I just want more. And then guess what? You're at a burnout. And those clients, these are clients that they just need an annual return, don't really ever talk to them anymore. They don't really need a JJ the CPA splash on their return. What they need is just a tax return done. And I've got a friend that needs help. I've got a friend that's kind of minorly having to start over, who's a CPA, that it will help him and his family to have this business. And technically, from the overall standpoint, the client's still getting taken care of. Yes. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Well, I'm going to blow your mind. Over the last 4 years, I've shed well over $600,000 in gross revenue. Guess what I've shed along with that? $600,000 in expenses. I shed nothing. I was netting nothing on $600,000. So I could have my ego in the pursuit of more and confuse myself. Well, I must be making more. But with careful analysis and breaking it down, and then also replacing revenue with very little cost. So over time, I'm getting rid of zero-sum game time. I'm getting rid of like on this, low profitability, if you will. So if you're in the pursuit of more, then that's great. But then define it. And what's more? Another boat, a lake house, a second lake house, a bigger vacation, more vacation. But then are you doing it? Are you going to the lake house? Are you taking the vacations? So there's nothing wrong with more. Have it. Have a $700 pair of glasses and a $600 shirt and a $5,000 suit. Get it. Do it. Right? But help define what it is. Right? And it'll help your family define for you if you know what it is that they need or what they want or what you're wanting to provide for retirement and college and blah, 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 blah. So guess what? When you talk about these things, you encroach on people. You step on toes and there's opinions and I can't believe you said this. Well, guess what? I'm on YouTube, yo. Okay? It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. And certainly don't spend more than about 7 seconds trying to figure out what I'm doing right or wrong or any of that kind of stuff, because all you're doing is wasting time, okay? You're wasting time trying to analyze your own stuff. So the overall point of this is, here's how you do business better, different, more efficient, more profitable, to achieve your end goal, whatever it is, whether it's $1 million or 50,000 or whatever it is. And then the biggest thing I'll tell you as a business owner, stop looking left, stop looking right, stop comparing yourself and wasting time either trying to make yourself feel better or trying to criticize or copy. Figure out your own way. Take what you need from looking left or right, but make sure you're looking forward. The best way to look forward is know what your end goal is. And it can't just be only based on the gross. It's got to be what it is that you're netting and what's that number. You figure it out, but it can't just be more. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.